In the early 1930s, 90% of Americans living in cities had electricity. But only 10% of homes in our country's rural heartland had the life-transforming advantages of electric service. For-profit power companies saw extending power lines to isolated fields and farms as too costly. So the promise of electricity remained just a dream for the hard-working rural people of the PD. Then, one day, something extraordinary happened. A not-for-profit electric cooperative, authorized by executive order to be owned by its members, came together to electrify the PD. With the flick of a switch, life surged forward on the wings of a newfangled co-op that transformed life in the PD region forever. This December, your co-op will have proudly kept its promise to the PD for 27,375 days, 75 years running. My, how those years have flown. We were just 10 years old when South of the Border opened in 1949 as a tiny 18 by 36 foot beverage stand. We were cranking it out in 1950 when 25,000 people practically stood on top of each other trying to get a glimpse of the action during the first ever lap at the track that would become too tough to tame. When Hurricane Hazel hit land near Little River in October 1954, with 150-mile-per-hour wind gusts radiating inland, your co-op was there to help the people of the PD pick up the pieces. We were really moving and shaking in the decade of the 60s. In '65, your co-op surged into the future as PD Electric and Marion Electric merged to become the co-op we are today. We were giving power to the people in 1969 when Coker College went co-ed not long after the Summer of Love and the day America put a man on the moon. Your co-op was right here through the 70s, when the governor paved the way for the opening of Francis Marion College. In the 80s, when SCADA control systems burst on the scene, increasing system reliability and saving members money. And in the 90s, when Honda of South Carolina broke ground in Timmonsville and started producing ATVs. In the first decade of the 21st century, we have worked even harder to do you proud, ensuring that PD Touchstone Commerce City would light up economic development, creating jobs, opportunities, and much-needed investment. That automated metering would speed service and data, and that the first of many speculative buildings planned for our service area would rise toward the sky and enrich our business community. As time has passed, over the last 75 years, technology has reinvented how everything operates, except Mother Nature, who is as old school and unpredictable as ever. Over the course of the 657,000 hours that we've worked to keep the lights on, your co-op has continuously experienced something phenomenal. The power of people working together to turn the worst of times into the best of times. We're here today to celebrate every one of the 39,420,000 minutes we've known and worked with families like yours. For 3/4 of a century, we've all worked together to bring strength, power, and promise to our beloved PD region. It's important to remember where we've come from and think about where we're going by celebrating our past and growing our future.